Iba Yuzuki, a girl from Tokyo, moves to a countryside to attend high school. She lives together with a guy named Kirishima Haruto, whose father is an apprentice of Iba's father. Haruto never agrees to let Yuzuki stay at his house and always rejects her. Another girl, Kanzaki Nanami, comes whom Haruto might be in love with. So what will happen in this story? Junpei Kisaka is a second-year high school student who has an allergy for cats, a predicament that has made him hate cats and everything related to them. Unfortunately for him, though, he is surrounded by cat lovers. His family, his estranged childhood friend, and even his crush Kid Mizuno. Kazuya Kinoshita is a 20-year-old college student who has a wonderful girlfriend, the bright and sunny Mommy Nanami. But suddenly, he doesn't. Without warning, Mommy breaks up with him, leaving him utterly heartbroken and lonely. Seeking to soothe the pain, he hires a rental girlfriend through an online app. His partner is Chizuru Mizuhara, who through her unparalleled beauty and cute demeanor, manages to gain Kazuya's affection. A kiss note is a powerful notebook that makes anyone who has their name written together will instantly fall in love if they kiss each other regardless of any circumstances. This magical and very familiar item belongs to an angel named Guri, whose job as Cupid is to create couples. However, she accidentally writes down Ino Seiji, a regular high school student, and unless he kisses someone, Guri will die. She convinces Seiji to go kiss his crush, Hayama Akane, the school's popular girl who turns out has even stronger feelings for him. Haruki Kitahara's light music club is on the verge of disbanding. At this rate, the third year's dream of performing at the school festival would never be realized. However, as his exhausted fingers drift through the chords of White Album, the first song he would ever play, an angelic voice and mysterious piano begin harmonizing with his lonely guitar. It is a momentous performance that marks the beginning of everything for Haruki. Ryuji Takasu is a gentle high school student with a love for housework, but in contrast to his kind nature, he has an intimidating face that often gets him labeled as a delinquent. On the other hand is Taiga Asaka, a small doll-like student who is anything but a cute and fragile girl. Equipped with a wooden katana and feisty personality, Taiga is known throughout the school as the Pom-Top Tiger. Narayuki Yuga, an impoverished third-year high school student, works tirelessly to receive the VIP nomination, a scholarship that would cover all of his college tuition fees. In recognition of his hard work, the headmaster awards him the renowned scholarship. As he tries to teach his three eccentric tutees in a series of strange and comedic antics. But as Ogata's and Furuhashi's ambitions conflict with their talents, will Yuga be able to help his students achieve their dreams? For Hikari Tsutsui, life within the two-dimensional realm is much simpler. Socially inept and awkward, he immerses himself in video games and anime, only to be relentlessly ridiculed and ostracized by his classmates, 3D Konoha. Real Girl is a story revolving around these two outcasts, a boy full of emotions he has never experienced before, struggling to lay them bare, and a girl who strives to break him out of his shell. High school freshman Hotaru Areki has but one goal: to lead a gray life while conserving as much energy as he can. Unfortunately, his peaceful days come to an end when his older sister, Tomo, forces him to save the memberless Classics Club from disbandment. Hayaka follows the four members of the Classics Club, including Areki's friends Satoshi Fukube and Mayaka Ibarra, as they, driven by Chitanda's insatiable curiosity, solve the trivial yet intriguing mysteries that permeate their daily lives. Kenshi, half-brother of intergalactic hero Tenchi Masaki, has been summoned to the mysterious world of Geminer, and his only hope of returning to Earth is piloting a biomechanical weapon in a shocking assassination attempt. When the mission fails and Kenshi is captured, he discovers he's been lied to by the very culprits who transported him to this strange new world. Luckily, Princess Lashara kindly welcomes Kenshi and invites him to live amongst her followers. Keima is a dating sim champion. Cute girls are rendered powerless by his irresistible game-playing techniques. Too bad things aren't that way in the real world. That is, until his tempting game-playing causes a real live and very bubbly cute demon hunter named Elsie to materialize. Now Elsie wants Keima to help her free hot girls from sneaky demons who secretly possess them. Nisekoi follows the daily antics of this mismatched couple who have been forced to get along for the sake of maintaining the city's peace. With many more girls popping up his life, all involved with Raku's past somehow, his search for the girl who holds his heart and his promise leads him in more unexpected directions than he expects. Ayumu Akawa is a 16-year-old high school student who is tragically murdered while investigating a suspicious house. However, he soon awakens next to a strange armored girl called Euclid Helsib. She reveals herself to be a necromancer who has revived Ayumu, consequently turning him into a zombie. Follow the daily antics of the human-turned-zombie Ayumu as he begins his new, ludicrous life where the supernatural becomes the norm. Hasegawa Kodaka has transferred schools, and he's having a hard time making friends. It doesn't help that his blonde hair tends to make people think he's a delinquent. One day, he runs into his bad-tempered solitary classmate Yuzora while she's talking animatedly to her imaginary friend Tomo. Realizing that neither of them have any actual friends, they decide that the best way to alter this situation is to form a club and start recruiting. The life of Tomoyo Aki, a high school otaku working part-time to support his BD Harding. With remarkable luck, he bumps head-first into Megumi Kato, the most beautiful girl he has ever seen. Naturally, the meeting twists his life into a complicated torrent of relationships. Ariri Spencer Sawamura, his half-foreigner childhood friend who's always valued a relationship with MC. Kasumigaoka Yutaha, a cold, compass-renowned literary genius who shoves everyone aside from our protagonist. What is this? An average introduction. Shinichi Kanu is a shut-in otaku with a vast knowledge of anime, manga, and video games. One day, after applying for a job in hopes of escaping his secluded lifestyle, he is kidnapped and transported to the Eldent Empire, a fantasy world filled with elves, dragons, and dwarves. Trapped in this strange land, Shinichi is given an unlikely task by the Japanese government: to spread otaku culture across the realm by becoming an otaku. Ida enters high school aiming for the National University School of Medicine. Because of his parents' divorce and his goal, he shuns anything to do with romance or love. One day, Masuzu, the school beauty with the silver hair who has just returned to the country, enters his life in a most unexpected way. Chiwa, his childhood friend since elementary school, will not let this go without a fight. Due to family troubles, Ren Uesugi and his sister, Mihato, leave their home. They end up moving to the city but find themselves with a lack of money. Somehow they are able to find work in the form of the Kuonji family's mansion, being employed as servants to the three sisters of the Kuonji family: Shinra, Miyu, and Yun. Being a servant also associates Ren with the mansion's additional servants and the Kuonji sisters' friends. With his parents abroad, Kimihito Karusu lived a quiet, unremarkable life alone until monster girls came crowding in. This alternate reality presents cutting-edge Japan, the first country to promote the integration of non-human species into society. After the incompetence of interspecies exchange coordinator Agent Smith leaves Kimihito as the homestay caretaker of a lamia named Mia, the newly minted darling quickly attracts girls of various breeds, resulting in an ever-growing harem flush with eroticism and attraction. When a classroom of students is transported to another world to act as its saviors, Hajime Nagumo finds himself the weakest link. As his friends and classmates are granted strong classes and impressive abilities due to their existing skills, he is given the weak title of synergist. When a dungeon quest leaves him separated from his group, Hajime must discover his own talents or be left to rot in this world forever. Set in a world where witches run havoc, the military decides to shift from using sword to utilizing guns to neutralize magical threats. The Anti-Magic Academy is an institution that specializes in training witch hunters. Takeru Kusanagi, who can't use guns and continues to fight with a sword, is relegated to the 35th Test Platoon, a motley group who can cooperate. One day, Aoka Atori, an elite pistol master who was forced into demotion, joins the platoon. Will they be able to gather their strengths and work together? Dog Days takes place in the world of Flanyard, an alternate Earth inhabited by beings who resemble humans but also have the ears and tails of specific animals. The Republic of Biscotti, a union of dog-like citizens, has come under attack by the feline forces of the Galette Leo Knights. In an effort to save Biscotti, Princess Millier summons a champion from another world in order to defend her people. That champion is Sink Izumi, a normal junior high student from Earth. When an extraterrestrial organism known as Savage attacks mankind, the only technology capable of combating the enemy is a weapon known as 100. A survivor of a Savage attack, Hayato Kisaragi is a teenager boasting the highest compatibility level with the aforementioned technology and as a result, is invited to master his skills at Little Garden, a prestigious military academy aboard a battleship. Over the course of his intense training for the battle ahead, he immediately attracts the interest of multiple female peers and gets drawn into a number of incidents. Takuya Arima is a young student whose father, a historian who has conducted various researches, disappeared recently. During a summer vacation, Takuya receives a peculiar package from his missing father, along with a letter containing information about the existence of various parallel worlds. At first, Takuya doesn't take it seriously, but soon he realizes that he possesses a device that allows him to travel to alternate dimensions. Is his father alive, after all? If so, where is he? Learning to ride and tame dragons comes easy to most students at Ansaravan Dragoner Academy except for first-year student Ash Blake, who is known by his fellow classmates as the #1 problem child. Poor Ash is the laughingstock at school because, despite his unfashionably large star-shaped brand that marks him as a future dragon master, he has nothing to show for it. His dragon has never appeared until now, that is. One fateful day, Ash's dragon awakes in full glory but appears different than any dragon ever seen before in the form of a beautiful girl. Kanata age, Ig, is a young man who lives on the floating wizard academy city of Miss Udigan. He was once celebrated as the Black Master Swordsman, the elite ace of the S-128 special team. However, he is now despised as the traitor of the special team. One day, he is assigned as the instructor of E-601, a team that has suffered 10 consecutive defeats. E-601 has 3 girls: Misara Whitetail, Lekti Eisenach, and Rico Flammel, with 1 or 2 peculiar quirks. Asahi Kashiwagi lives the typical life of an average high school student until the day a TV fortune teller's predictions come true one after another, culminating in a series of risque encounters. Destiny seemingly draws 5 beautiful girls into Asahi's path, and soon he finds himself fielding not 1, not 2, but 5 love confessions. Asahi will need to follow his heart to find the perfect love for him, or else his love fortunes may end in one epic flail and flop. After gaining the title of the strongest warrior in the world, Peter Grill has finally proven his worth and is ready to take the hand of the beautiful and innocent Luvilia Sanctos. Peter expects to have a healthy relationship with her, despite some objections from her father. Unfortunately, this dream quickly breaks apart as news of his grand victory spreads among the womenfolk of other races: ogres, orcs, elves, and others, some of them even vying for his seed to produce offspring blessed with his might. To avoid betraying the trust of his cherished Luvilia, Peter strives to avoid other women's salacious advances. Beast Tamer Rain, who uses animals, was a member of the hero's party. However, since he couldn't do anything else, he wasn't able to keep up in battle. You only know how to play with animals. You're fired. Rain is kicked out of the party and now lives freely as an adventurer. On his journey, he meets a girl from a cat tribe, the so-called strongest species. Elsewhere, the hero's party remains unaware that their previous success was all thanks to Rain. This is the story of a beast tamer no longer held back and his fateful encounter with a precious companion. Nagi Yamino and Erika Amano, a studious high school student and a social media star, had nothing that linked them together until they found out they were swapped at birth. When the sudden news is revealed to both of their families, their parents quickly devise a proposition in order to restore them both to their rightful families and ensure everyone's happiness. The two should get engaged. When informed of this, Nagi and Erika are quick to reject the absurd plan, refusing to go along with their parents' wishes. But, with neither party willing to back down, only time can tell where their relationship will go. As always, thanks for watching the video on the top 30 list, and I will see you in my next video.